Says we're live. I'm a little early, so I'm going to wait a minute. Good morning. Gabe, what's up, brother? Good morning, man. I hope everybody is doing well. Happy Friday. If you if you're seeing this, jump on, say hello. Whether you're watching the live or you watch this later on in the day, jump on, say hello. A lot of things happening this week. Some big topics with the shows. I got a couple of announcements that I need to make today that are big. So, big things. Big things. Judy, good morning. I was going to do this a little bit later today, but then I remembered I scheduled a meeting at 10 o'clock with our production manager. So I'm on here now. So I'm going to wait just another minute. It's 9 o'clock a.m. on the Eastern time. And like I said, a lot of things coming up right out the gate. We're going to get this thing started here in just a minute. Like I said, some of these topics that the show's covered this week are going to blow your mind. Really going to blow your mind. So, first off, happy Friday. It's Red Friday. Remember, everybody deployed. Got my veteran shirt on. And I know somebody's going to make a comment sooner or later. Bow tie Friday. It is bow tie Friday. I know you guys love it when I wear this bow tie. So now if I can just get this computer and this camera to... I wish you could zoom out on your camera. You know what I mean? End of the month. April. May is here upon us already. Crazy. But I do feel like April took quite a while to get through. Long month, but I'm not complaining. I'm really not. All right, let's get started. It is April 30th. This is your HMG Weekly Wrap Up. And like I said, a lot going on. I'm going to start off. I'm going to show you guys. It's kind of show and tell. I'm going to do a little bit backwards today. We're doing a little show and tell. One of our sponsors, Simper Savage. You guys have heard me talk about them before. They got some new dressing and marinades out, and we just got them in. The Savage Caesar and the Savage Cider. These are absolutely delicious. Check them out. Simper Savage. Follow them. I'll tag them in the show notes afterwards. HMG Beverage. You guys hear me, push the coffee, and we're working on the tea. We're almost got that going. But one of our labels, our coffees got a new label. So I want to show everybody, share that with you. Our Heroes United has got a new look. Check it out. It's a tank. It's pretty cool. Smells delish. Is delish. And I got to give a special shout out to my man David and his new book, The No BS Guide to Military Life. I'm going to talk about David's show. David is one of the hosts of the From Military to Millionaire podcast, and they have an episode out this week. We'll be talking about that here in a little bit, but shout out to David. All right, so I'm going to put this stuff over here. Let's get this thing started. We also got tour dates coming up. Tour dates. HMG's going on tour. We're going to be in Arizona for a couple weeks in May, and then we'll be in Nashville June 4th through June 7th. So if anybody is in those areas, hit us up, let us know. So first up in the queue, April being military, the month of the military child. MSEC podcast. They're talking about Camp Coral, and it helps provide children of the wounded, ill, injured, and the fallen military heroes with an unforgettable summer camp adventure. Check it out. That's the MSEC podcast brought to you by Military Child Education Coalition. The podcast this week was made possible by the Luke Spouses Club down there at Luke Air Force Base in Arizona. Christina, good morning to you. Thank you for jumping on and saying good morning. All right, next up, mind blown on this one. I'm still having a hard time just thinking about this. I listened to this episode last night, the Carry On podcast. Title of this one is Dark Saber with Adam DeRito. This is going to be a 2-part series. This first part belongs. It's like a 2-hour long one. Great, just an amazing story. Adam was a member of the class of the 2010 United States Air Force Academy, where he inadvertently worked as an undercover informant for the Air Force Office of Special Investigations during his time as a cadet. Andrew, good morning to you, brother. So he's working for the Special Investigations Unit as a cadet. He used to inform on various cases of sexual assault inside the academy, among other things, and would later be expelled from the academy prior to his graduation. Years later, he discovers his medical records were falsified to include adding mental health conditions, which he had never been diagnosed for before. In this first episode, they talk about Adam's story versus and how he's in this battle with the United States of America in the 10th Circuit Court. This has never been done. Nobody's ever gotten this far in this process before. He's trying to get his medical records corrected and hold those officers accountable and propose legislation to prevent something like this from happening in the future. You got to listen to this one. It will blow your mind. You don't think stuff like this happens, and unfortunately, it does. And a lot of us I know are going to have mixed emotions about it. I certainly did listening to this episode, but when you put your emotions aside to it and you look at the bigger picture, it is, unfortunately, stuff like this does happen. But the only way to fix it is by addressing it. So that's this week's Carry On podcast. Check it out. Sarah, good morning. Kimberly, good morning. I know, Andrew, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Next up, the Arms Room. Friend of theirs, Josh, who's a local law enforcement officer down in the Phoenix metro area, discussing modern policing and the thin blue line and the division between people and the police. This is very eye-opening. This is definitely one, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. They always put on a great show, and having Josh come in studio to take a listen to this one, this is a good one. You'll be happy about this. Excuse me. All right, next up, we're pushing through the Ubaldi reports. They did not disappoint this week. They're talking sick and talking politics. They have a special guest, Lance Christensen, on to talk about education and what's going on with the education system in our country right now. And another one titled Biden's in Trouble. I'll be honest with you, I haven't listened to that one yet. So that one is the Ubaldi reports. This one here, you think it's one side or the other. It's not. These guys are very, very down the middle. They look at facts. They put this stuff together. These episodes are only about 10 to 15 minutes long. It's a great listen. So go check them out. That's this week's Ubaldi Reports. All right, next up. Not Your Average Operator. Sit back and kick your feet up on this one, folks. This one's called Brunch and Bullets. The great Russell Ruthless Ruth, who is a former staff sergeant with a storied 1st Ranger Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment, and now newly minted U.S. Army Apache Aviator. He shares his story, and it's one that needs to be told and retold over and over and over again. At the surface of this episode, it's about a harrowing experience that's almost, too incredible to believe. It's like one of those that you listen to it and you're like, that didn't really happen. It did, I assure you. Challenging every listener to a preconceived notion of what's possible. However, after peeling back a few layers, you quickly realize the framework of this story is a moment in time shaped where a mere seconds and millimeters. More importantly, the story pays tribute to Russ and the people like Russ that don't just spectate. They enter the arena. They do the grossly, even with the odds are stacked grossly against them, and certain death is nearly right around every single corner. This is just an incredible story, and your jaw hits the ground. I'm sitting there like, wow, it's unreal. It's like a movie, something that you would see out of a movie. You're listening to it, and it's like, oh, that'd be a movie. This actually happened. Great story. Again, one that you guys like Russ and what he went through overseas and whatnot, what they did. It's just it's mind blowing, and it makes you happy knowing that there's guys, men and women out there that are willing to run to the fire. Right? Let me see here. Tanya, good morning. I just shot you a text. Hope you get coffee. Lance, good morning, brother. How are you? All right, we're moving on, folks. We are moving on. The Power of Investing in People podcast. Our gal Shay Sparks. From being a brigadier general in the Army to guiding culture through his leadership training, David Komar shares his leadership journey and how to connect with purposeful interaction. I can't talk this morning. When can I ever, though, right? Let me see here. We have, purposeful interaction. He believes as a leader, there is no substitute for caring. That's true. No substitute for caring. Great show this week. That's the Power of Investing in People podcast. Any news on the FDN launch? No, let me see here. Judy, no. Let's see what we got. Hey, Andrew, I'd be honored to, man. I'd love to. I hope the golf tournament went good yesterday. No, and I can't recap, Lance. I'm not going to recap. Go back and watch it. We got a couple more. Stay with me, folks. Few more, because we got a new show that finally launched, and I got some more announcements. Stay with me. Stay with me. Let me see here. Where was it? See, you guys make me lose my place here. Time to shine today. Time to shine today with our buddy Scott. This week, he's back in the saddle. One that really hit home with me this week is marketing. He's talking marketing this week. And when you're, one of the takeaways I got from this episode was like when you're hiring a company to do your marketing, your business marketing and whatnot, ask questions. You got to ask questions. And if the company is good, the company should be transparent on what their goal is based off, how they're going to help you achieve your goal. That's Time to Shine today with Scott Ferguson. Check that out. All right. Next up is the Military Millionaire podcast. David and Alex, they sit down with their guest Ryan as they speak about how he got into drop shipping, social media marketing, and real estate, all before the age of 18 years old. Crazy. Despite the lack of support and all the challenges he and his family had to face, Ryan shares how he got through all that to move towards financial freedom. Ryan's first real estate deal was at the age of 17. The kid got his first real estate deal at the age of 17. Awesome story. Check it out. That's this week's The Military Millionaire podcast. And again, I want to share this. David, this is a great book. I've talked about this show. If you're looking to get into any type of investments, whether it's real estate and what have you, this is something that you should be following, the Military Millionaire podcast. You can join their group on Facebook called From Military to Millionaire. And now you can get his book, The No BS Guide to Military Life. All right. Check this out. I believe it's on Amazon. So make sure you get this. I'll put the links up a little bit later. All right, moving on. Next up, we got Veterans Unite with the People's Patriot Project every Sunday. Got your 6 at 6. Do not miss it. That's 6 Central Time, everybody. Let me see here. Last up, and then I'll get back. Tanya, I'll answer your question here in just a second. Last up, War Hero to Superhero. I've talked about this show here the last couple of weeks. They are live. We got them live up a little bit early. Check them out. They've got several shows that are already out that that they had pre-recorded. They're out right now. Check it out. The links will be down below after this video. What is the book? It's the No BS Guide to Military Life. Check that out. Loving it. Let me see here. It's Thank you, Judy. I appreciate it. Let me see here. What was that book for? Podcast former, right? Ooh. No, the book is this, and the podcast that you're thinking about with the Ranger, that was the Not Your Average Operator, Lance. Check that out. I'll have the links below with some description on it. Listen, folks, I would not be here each and every week if it wasn't for our sponsors. My tax fella, he handles our taxes every year, and Anthony over at My Tax Fella is great. Simper Savage, I had the hat on last week. I'm showing their newest marinades this week. You got to check this stuff out. Follow them on social media. Sorry, I guess I should be doing that. I haven't figured this camera thing out yet. You'd think I'd know this. Follow them on social media. If you go to Heroes Media Group and just click on it, you can order right there off the Heroes Media Group page as well. Short Mountain Distillery. HMG Beverage and Short Mountain Distillery's got some stuff coming up here in about 30 days. So stay tuned for that. Digital Trigger. Check out their new trigger system that they got coming up. Rick's Roasters. They're the ones also working with Heroes Media Group and HMG Beverage and the new coffee. And check that out. Boom. That's the new Heroes United label. Loving it. Green Zone Hero, Attica Systems, JB Auto Clothiers, and also First Amendment Praetorian. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. I'm gonna stick on here for another minute or two, see if anybody's got anything. I appreciate y'all coming in. And let me see, Lance, your hair's looking tight. It was one of those mornings where it was just like, what? Let's call it. It was like, this is I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. But thank you. I'll take it as a compliment, my friend. I'll take it as a compliment. What else? What's anybody doing anything this weekend? Anything exciting going on? Listen, real quick, another announcement as I'm thinking about it. Are we hiring? We're always looking for content creators. If you got an interesting story or a positive story that you want to share, we want to know about it. Send us, and whether you're watching this on our Facebook, our YouTube, or on our website, make sure you email us. If you go to our website, you can click on top, submit article, or just email us and let us know what your story is all about. Anthony, good morning to you. I was just talking about you. I bet your ears are ringing. Love it. Tanya, both. So we want those positive stories. Let's change the narrative. Let's change how everybody is viewing media and consuming the media. Let's hear some of the positive stories that are going on. If you got something that you want me to talk about on Fridays during this live, let me know. Hit us up. Drop us a message. You can email me at adam@heroesmediagrp.com. I'm putting that out there. I don't think I've ever done that. So hit us up here. Go to the website. Reach out to us there. Or you can find me and my ugly mug on all the social media platforms. Hit us up. Let's get some positive stories out there. I can't do this alone. I need you guys' help. There's a lot of good things that are going on in the world. Let's change people's mindset. Let's start getting people to think positive. All right? That's all I got this week. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you all. I really, really do. I hope you all have a great weekend. If you watch this later on, if you're not on right now and you watch this later on in the day or throughout the weekend, leave a comment below. Again, we're looking for people that want to be a part of the HMG family. Whether you have a podcast, you need help starting a podcast, you want to write a book, you want to contribute to the website in some form or fashion, Call us, let us know. We are looking for people. We are hiring people right now. I want you on our team. Let's change the narrative. Let's spread some positivity in the world. All right. God bless you all. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys next week.